सलाम मेरे अजीज पंखों।
Jungkook claimed, pulling them more into his mouth. He pressed his lips below his ear. As he swallowed in his sleep, his heart swollen as he kept staring at the adorable feature. They were so beautiful. His beautiful boy. He intertwined his finger with his and brought his hand to his mouth, placing a kiss on the ring in his finger. His eyes flashed to the neck covered with faint as his lips curled, placing his lips on it slightly above the collarbone. He closed his eyes in bliss. His smoke rose his scent to extend. He had been so exhausted by the lovemaking, although he had his best to be as gentle as he could. But his delicate body almost collapsed as that and Jungkook had decided it was more than enough for the first time. He had found it enclosed until they gained his senses back. But clean with a wet towel they had slipped in between the made him chuckle. He had tried they very too much. He had showered himself and joined him afterward. He dipped his head in the neck and hummed in his frame into his hard chest. "Good night, my life," he murmured against his skin with a smile. This was going to be the best sleep. Jungkook groaned, struggling more into his softness at the shrill sound in his ear. He groaned, opening his eyes and moved back to recognize the sound of costly sleep. Damn, his phone. He glanced at it there in his arm and was going to gear his back. He glanced a little, then struggled back into his kissed him to smile. He grabbed the phone from the nightstand and noticed it was 10. He checked his missed calls and watching the foreign number. He turned his phone to airplane mode and threw it across the mattress. He was about to go back his previous position when another sharp sound in his surrounding. He peeked around and saw the young phone flashing. He clamped at his sleep form and once then picked his phone. When he was sure they was deep in sleep, he saw the screen glittering Drama King and answered the call with a phone when an unexpected ring entered air, making him remove the phone from the ear. "Theon, you got married. It doesn't mean you can skip university like this. Why did you not come today? You missed the morning class too. Speak already." Before Jungkook could announce anything, Jimin explained once again, causing Jungkook to roll his eyes. "Is Jungkook Young there? That your mouth got locked," he said, and Jungkook looked toward Theon with amusement as they shifted closer, wrapping his delicate arm around his waist, his smile placing a kiss on his head. "Thea, he's sleeping. Don't disturb," he pronounced as he cut the call and threw the phone with him. He blinked, closing his eyes, and put his head in his ear. Later, they tapping his feet against the floor as he assessed himself into the mirror before him with a flash face. His wand was surrounding with tiny all over. They munched on the lips and placed a hand on his beating heart. How was he going to face him? His cheeks heated up at the thought he had managed to run his dress room without making him wake up. It was a hell of a task that they had successed with Kesters. They had almost cursed himself, looking at the clock striking 11. How could they sleep so long? They had also missed his morning classes. They felt a little sore down there, but it was not hurting like it did last night. They had almost thought they would pass out by the pain. "It hurts way too much." They slapped his forehead, brushing away the thoughts as they dressed up into his cloth. They could not miss any more classes. Just as they had dressed and realizing something, it was Jungkook's class today. Damn it. They groaned, staring at the visible on his neck. They needed to cover it too. Finally, Jungkook shifted as he heard the door knock twice of the when his eyes fell on the freshly showered him. His hair was wet, a beautiful on the face. His eyes strained over the body. They was dressed in baby pink shirt. They looked up to meet his eyes. He brushed the tip of his nose, explaining a harsh breath. Did they just get more beautiful? He bit on his lips and thought, they was beautiful, but he looking today. In few long stands, he was in front of him and sized his small face in his hand and placed a smooth on his reddish lip. I had gone insane. They heard him mum out against his lips as he breathed. The hand clasped the side of his shirt as he brushed the tip of his once more, then again and again until the heart thumped and corner of the lips curled up scarcely. Are you okay? He asked again, pressing his lips to his forehead and moved back. Do you feel any pain? He inquired, carrying the jaw as they bounced his head in no. Lowering his gaze, his smile piqued his blush kiss. They was freaking adorable. Are you hungry? He spoke with him and they nodded his head and no once again, making him chuckle. Packed to scare. Once in it. Words wifey. They bobbed his head once again as he raised his paws in amusement. No? He asked and they nodded in a yes. You will not speak. They repeat his act again and he smiled for laugh. I want words, wifey, he said, pulling the head upward, his thumb stroking his small chin. But the red is still. You're going to leave this room until you speak through, he declared, squeezing his wrist, and they looked up at him with surprise. I'm serious. He spoke, carrying the side of the neck as he shivered visibly. Okay, don't speak. Just take my name. He pulled him closer. The name you were screaming last night. His lips brushed against the air, and it tied his hold on his shirt. The body hated us, his word. Come on, my life. He flinched his tongue over the air as he swore to his car. At his deep breaths, he took the earlobe between his teeth and lightly, causing a light while to leave the parted lips, he continued to leave a tail of fairy kisses along his jaw, getting close to his lips. They clubbed and tugging off his bottom lip to resist the sound of to leave him mouth. You love to make me wait, don't you? He murmured on his lips, their lips brushing with each other. Jungkook, they whispered, making him smile, and against he moved back suddenly, making Tae open his eyes. At the loss of contact, get ready. I'll be fresh enough then we go for a breakfast. Tae heard his command as he shut himself into the bath, leaving Tae waited. Tae glanced at the door and clenching together his hand. Why are you not eating? He asked, eyeing on his untouched plate. They had not taken a single bite. They looked and waited. I spoke. I wanted to tell you something. They muttered, fighting with his finger, the sharp gasps making him anxious. Speak. That is it paining? He asked, causing their face to glow.